Isaiah was the kind of child who rarely filled a room with sound, yet his silence carried weight. When other children laughed freely, Isaiah often stood at the edges, as if the world were a painting, and he had been brushed slightly outside its frame. He wasn't born this way. No child is born afraid of connection. Something shaped him, quietly molding him into someone who measured every word, hesitated before speaking, and wondered if there was any space in the world where he truly belonged. At the playground, his eyes darted from group to group, not with jealousy but with longing. He wanted to belong, but belonging had always been a mystery, an unspoken language he never learned. His home life didn't help. His father spoke little, not the gentle kind of silence, but the kind that made a child wonder what he'd done wrong. His mother was present but distracted, often buried in her own worries. Love felt like a distant echo, laughter from another room, never an invitation inside. Children who don't feel consistently loved don't stop needing love. They start to question their worth. That question quietly filled every corner of Isaiah's mind. Psychologists say a child's sense of self is like scaffolding. Each moment of warmth, encouragement, hug, or affirmation builds sturdy beams. Isaiah had thin, unstable beams, and fragile doubts grew in their place. Am I enough? Not a question he asked aloud, but one that lived in him, humming beneath the surface. School reflected his fears. Children noticed difference. Isaiah became the target of jokes, whispers, small shoves, ordinary teasing to others, but confirmation to him that something was wrong, that his place in the world was smaller, shakier. Social anxiety is not just shyness. It is a constant inner dialogue, a rehearsal of potential embarrassment, a fixation on how one is perceived. Neglect at home, rejection at school. A child's brain adapts, withdrawing, calculating every move, staying unnoticed to avoid harm. But what protects a child can become a prison later. Isaiah's silence and distance were survival tools. Yet as he grew, they became walls keeping him from the connection he longed for. When a child grows up never feeling safe to speak, their nervous system braces itself at every glance. The brain floods with adrenaline at even simple interactions. To Isaiah, every laugh could be at him, every pause a rejection. Social life became a tightrope walk, each step uncertain. One day during a group project, he was asked to present. Ordinary to anyone else, but to Isaiah, it was like standing at the edge of a cliff. His chest tightened, palms grew damp, voice trembled. When words came out, broken by hesitation, a few children snickered. For Isaiah, it was proof. His fear had come true. Socially anxious children are often deeply observant. They notice subtle cues others miss, scanning for danger. But this sensitivity without confidence becomes overwhelming. Deep perception turns into constant self-doubt. Isaiah's story is not unique. Many grow up in homes where love is inconsistent, in schools where cruelty hides behind teasing, in societies where quietness is mistaken for weakness. Social anxiety is not chosen, it is adapted. At its root, it is the fear of being seen, the terror that if the world truly saw you, your voice, flaws, needs, it would reject you. That belief, planted in childhood, grows like a shadow across the years. Adolescence magnified his fears. Hallways felt like stages, cafeterias like spotlights. Most people weren't thinking about him, but the anxious mind doesn't need evidence. It only needs possibility. Social anxiety is not weakness. It is the nervous system protecting a child trained to see the world as unsafe. Over time, survival comes at a cost. Silence protects, but it also steals belonging. Friendships fade, opportunities pass, life narrows. Yet there were glimpses of hope. A kind teacher, a classmate who smiled, a rare moment of speaking freely. Small moments, but reminders that fear is not the whole truth, that there is more to him than the anxious voice in his mind. Healing did not come all at once. It came in small steps, speaking a sentence, making brief eye contact, laughing without analyzing. The fear never fully vanished, but Isaiah's ability to carry it grew. Healing is not erasing fear. It is changing the relationship with it. Trembling hands, a racing heart are not weakness, they are courage in motion. His sensitivity, once a burden, became a strength. He noticed details others overlooked, understood struggles others ignored. The very qualities that fueled his anxiety, sensitivity, self-awareness, need for connection, became the foundation for empathy and insight. Why do children like Isaiah develop social anxiety? Attachment theory shows inconsistent warmth from caregivers leads to insecure attachments. Trauma research shows repeated rejection rewires the nervous system. Cognitive psychology shows distorted thinking patterns. Overestimating rejection perpetuate anxiety. At the heart of it all lies a longing, to belong, to be loved without condition. When unmet, it silently shapes a person's view of themselves and the world. The child within still waits at the edge of the playground, watching others laugh, wondering if there's a place for them too. Isaiah's story is a reminder. Behind every quiet child, every hesitant teenager, every anxious adult, there is a story. A story of moments that shaped their nervous system, of absences that carved doubt, of small cruelties that echoed louder than anyone realized. To dismiss them as shy is to miss their depth. But there is resilience too. With understanding and patience, fear can become insight, silence can lead to listening, and longing can become connection. In the end, Isaiah's story is not only about him, it is about us. Moments when we feared judgment, stayed quiet, or doubted our place in the world. We all carry echoes of social anxiety, and it reminds us, the desire to be seen, loved, and to belong is the most human desire of all. If you want more videos like this, exploring human stories and psychology, make sure to stay with our channel and hit that subscribe button.